Hello, welcome to Brazil Without Prejudice, which means Brasil Sem Preconceito in Portuguese, which is actually the name of the channel. So today I'm gonna speak in English because I'm gonna talk mostly to foreigners, because I'm gonna talk about how it is to be a lesbian in Brazil, actually an LGBT, but more precisely how it is to be a lesbian because that's who I am. I already apologize for my English because I'm not a native speaker. I'm Brazilian and I was raised in Brazil and I've lived almost my whole life here. This is my cat meowing. She is actually Canadian. Here, meet Panda. She's the cutest thing ever. Aren't you, Panda? Oh, you're so cute. Okay. I already apologize also for my makeup. I was trying to put glitter to be very you know, but it looks terrible because it's my first time and I didn't know how to do it, so I'm sorry. Anyways, so let's go to the real subject of this video, which is my experience as a lesbian in Brazil. So I've lived in the north for almost my whole life. I've lived in the northeast for 2 years and a half, and I've traveled a lot around Brazil, so I can talk a little bit about how it is to be gay in Brazil. And I've also lived in Canada for 9 or 10 months in 2014, so I have a little bit of the experience of another country and the difference that it is from Brazil to Canada and US and other countries. So in Brazil, it is legal for a same-gender couple to get married. Yay, that's amazing. And also, we have a very similar care system as Canada does, because we have free, it's like we pay with our taxes, but we have free healthcare. And you can have the surgery to change your genital, which is really amazing for transgender people. But you have to wait in line forever. You have to go to a psychologist, many times to a psychiatrist, and you wait in line for so many years that a lot of people go to other countries to do it, people who have the money. And as far as it comes to the law, we are allowed to get married. And it's so important because many people think that it's not a big deal, but it is. I was married to a Canadian and she was only allowed to get her PR in Brazil because she was married to me. And when she was working here, could share her health plan because the free healthcare is not so good. So many people pay for health plan. As far as it comes to the law, we're very advanced, especially if you compare to many other countries. But when it comes to society, things are a little bit different. I'm a photographer in Brazil, so I've photographed a lot of weddings. All of them were of straight people. But unfortunately, I would listen to many horrible things from pastors, and which is more shocking, from judges. There is one time that I heard a judge say that nowadays things are really kind of dirty, like that everyone can do whatever they want and anyone can be recognized as part of a couple even though it's 2 men or 2 women. And this is so crazy. Like, how can a judge say things like this? I've heard many horrible things from pastors, but they are at the church, which doesn't justify, but anyways, you can understand a little bit more. But judges, they shouldn't be like this. So in Belém, things are a little bit better than in the Northeast, for example. When I lived in the Northeast, I have a gay friend and he was sitting beside me in the university. This guy had to sit beside him because there are no other chairs. And he kicked the chair and said, "I'm not sitting beside a faggot." And it was like normal, kind of, like the teacher got upset and everything, asked him to be more polite and everything, but it was like, wasn't such a big deal. It's just crazy to me. And another friend of mine, his mom threw water on his face when he was sleeping, trying to pray the gay away, because he was evangelical. So it was much worse in the Northeast, but things are not much better here. Most of gay people are still in the closet. We have more people who are in the closet than people who aren't. And that's really sad and really complicates how you're gonna have a relationship, because you can introduce to your family, people are hiding their girlfriends and boyfriends. The girlfriends and boyfriends who are being hid, they think that their partners are ashamed of them. It's more about being afraid afraid. And it's very rare for you to go to a restaurant or anywhere where you see a gay couple kissing, holding hands, or anything like that. Only if you go to a specific gay club, if you go to a gay bar or something like this. So being gay in Brazil is still very complicated. And when it comes to politics, it gets even worse because we have a candidate for the presidency of Brazil who is very, very homophobic, very misogynistic. He says that if his son would show signs of being gay while he was a child, he would beat him up so he wouldn't become gay. He is in the second place for winning, according to the researches and interviews that are being done. That still shocks me. That's still crazy. Therefore, being a gay person or bisexual in Brazil, it's hard, but you can handle it most of the time. Being transgender in Brazil, it's really complicated. I just hope that one day things are much better, that we can be who we are without being afraid, and that we don't vote for Bolsonaro.